Welcome back here to the PM Show, weekend edition on CRN Digital Talk Radio. I'm Michael Horn. The lovely Nancy and Larry Manetti are with us here, along with the next-door neighbor, Fred Dreyer. And, ladies and gentlemen, the great Robert Wagner here, who was just before that break, Robert. And, by the way, we were just talking about the great Robert Wagner. He is the true mark of an incredible superstar. Would you say an iconic actor?
He is the last. We were just saying, R.J., Fred, and Nancy and I and Mike, that you and maybe a little group out there are the true bona fide movie stars. Ernest Borgnine. I mean, you guys go in the same group with Gable and Betty Davis.
You're a nicer Spencer Tracy of today. So you were telling us you were in Broken Lance.
Oh, you guys are making me feel
it's the truth.
No, but it's true. We don't lie on this show.
No.
We got the tall man here. He'd knock us over.
By the way, Larry, that 21st century, those products are great.
They are?
Oh, yeah.
I think so. I'm glad you agree. Oh, so you're using them?
Yeah, oh, yeah. We use them on our dog all the time. Yeah.
Oh, that's
wow.
right.
And you remember I had a dog called Larry.
I know.
We were talking about you really named your dog after Mr. Manetti here?
Listen, I have to tell this story, RJ. Lon Bentley, RJ, and I go somewhere. I think we went out to see our horses, and he had this new Mercedes, and I'm in the back seat. And there's Larry, and this was no little dog. This was one big dog.
He was 135 pounds.
Yeah, and he decided to lay on top of me. And every time I moved my leg, he'd go, and I'd say, RJ. He says, he's only kidding.
No, but Larry only understood German.
Didn't your dog understand German?
Yeah, that's all he understood.
Oh,
And you spoke German real well.
Yeah, I did. Achtung.
Everything is okay.
Achtung, leave me alone.
Yeah, many people like to lay on Larry.
Okay.
Yeah, many people have laid on Larry over the years, too.
All right, guys.
Okay, so Robert Wagner, you're telling the story. It's the great Spencer Tracy, Broken Lance.
The end of that story, Fred.
So he kind of chews you out big time and says, "Get out of my dressing room here."
Yeah,
right?
well, no, and then I was standing there, and I was very depressed because I thought really I was going to be taken out of the film, and I didn't mean to. I was just being a cocky kid, and he came up and put his arm around me. He said, "How you doing?" I said, "I'm doing okay, thank you, Mr. Tracy." He said, "You're going to be fine. You're going to be just fine, and you're going to be wonderful in this part." But he said, "Pay attention, will you? Pay attention."
That's great.
I loved Spence. I really, he was so wonderful to me, and he changed my whole life. And, the circle is sort of, it's gone around because I'm on the board of directors of the John Tracy Clinic, which, as you know, Spence had a son who was born with impaired hearing, and he and his wife, Louise Tracy, did so much to make this challenge an easier one for young people who were coming along.
Hey, RJ, excuse me. Did you feel at the time, going back to Mr. Tracy, did you feel at the time that was warranted criticism?
Oh, yeah,
You
absolutely.
did?
Oh, yeah, sure. But, it sort of came out of, nervousness and everything else, and it was all understood, But it was very deserved criticism. Yeah, I mean, I was...
You had a smart alecky attitude.
I was being a smartass, and he really pulled me up on it, and he was absolutely, totally correct.
Oh.
Well, then
what
it was a
wonderful.
good
Thanks
lesson.
for sharing that. What about Betty Davis? Did she ever do anything?
What about Betty Davis?
Betty. The reason I asked
pull you in
is
her
because-
dressing room, I think, is what Larry
no,
wants
but
to
the
know.
What do you
reason I
ask
asked
me?
is-
What
what are
about
you
Betty
getting to?
Davis? Did she ever do anything?
I
other
don't.
than me,
God,
Larry?
Come on, Larry.
I can't say I should
You're
know
okay.
better.
It's
The
okay.
door is open. The reason I'm asking is because Betty Davis and I and Tom Selleck were locked up in a green room, and all she did is look at me and says, "Light my cigarette, young man." But I mean, I
she
was
was great.
petrified, and I lit about 50 cigarettes.
Well, didn't she do a Magnum with you guys?
No, I was going to ask her to do a Magnum. It started to come out, and then I felt this swift kick. It was the big guy,
Oh, yeah.
like telling me to shut up. He figured you're not doing it again after Sinatra. So,
Well, you had my wife on your show.
and Joe, that's where I met Jill.
I know.
Man, what a she was so terrific. And when she walked on the set, there we go again, another bona fide movie star. I mean,
Oh, yeah.
Just awesome.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And a Bond girl, too, from the James
Bond
Bond.
yeah,
Bond
James
girl,
Bond, and I yelled out, "Oh my God, there's Jill St. John!" And everybody looked at me. You're really stupid.
You loved doing that show, though, didn't you, Larry?
Oh, I
and
did.
you were so wonderful on it. Boy, you did a lot of good work on that show.
We had a lot of fun, and every day I woke up, couldn't wait to get to work, and Everybody was great. Selleck was always there doing one joke after the other. And
Yeah, but you had some big scenes to do in that show,
Yeah,
and they gave you a lot of stuff to do, and you
big
were
scenes
wonderful
with
in it.
big guys. The other guy was 6'5",
Which guy was that?
Roger E. Mosley.
Really? He was 6'5"?
Well, somewhere up there. I don't know.
Did you
Anything
stand on
over
a box
6
in that scene also?
You know, I breathe in. What?
Speaking about being 6'5", I want to tell you, Freddie, you were great to me when we were doing those action sequences. You really made me look good.
No, I remember up on that. We were on a lift, I think.
Right.
And,
but you made me look good, and I
Well,
appreciate it a lot because you're a wonderful athlete. You were in great shape, and
No, we worked together. Remember how we talked about it in between the shots? And I
Yeah.
said, listen, before you throw me over, just let me get my head through the bars.
Hold
here.
on, we got to hear about this thrown over. I'm going to make you look good. Take a quick
RJ,
break
stick
here on
in.
CRN. It's the PM show with the Manettis on CRN Digital Talk Radio.